Silver is making headlines again, and this time the move looks more powerful than ever. Let's go through what some of the top market voices are saying about this incredible breakout. Otavio Costa wrote, "Silver is now above $50 again. I still remember the overwhelming concerns from just a few weeks ago that the bull market in metals was over. Silver has yet to make a decisive breakout from its prior highs. I believe that's likely to be the next move." That's a strong reminder of how quickly sentiment shifts in the metals market. Just weeks ago, people were doubting the rally. Now we're back above $50. Costa's note about a decisive breakout points to an important level traders are watching. If silver clears that zone with strength, it could confirm a longer-term uptrend. Then Silver Degen added, "Silver breaks $51. Short, direct, and powerful." $51 marks a symbolic level. A clean break above $50 often triggers renewed momentum. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Macro liquidity brought a fascinating historical angle. Silver just sent one of the rarest signals in markets. After a decade-long downtrend, the silver S&P/X ratio broke out, dipped below resistance, and then powerfully reclaimed it. This kind of move is no fluke. It marks a sustained rotation of capital from equities to silver, seen only 4 or 5 times in the last century. Each time, it signaled the dawn of a hard asset cycle. This is the kind of insight long-term investors pay attention to. The silver to S&P ratio breaking out is not just about price, it's about where capital is moving. If money starts rotating out of equities and into hard assets like silver, that can signal the early phase of a much bigger macro shift. Carol Merks shared something that really captures the current tension in the market, the kind of stress you only see before major silver moves. Every investor not in silver should read the post below. Every silver investor seeking confirmation should too. And anyone who doesn't fully grasp backwardation will know after reading they own too little silver. That's an intriguing statement, especially mentioning backwardation, which happens when the spot price of silver trades higher than futures. It's usually a sign of physical demand and tight supply, often seen before large price surges. And Bar Chart highlighted a key historical stat. Silver on track for its 7th consecutive green month, which would be its longest winning streak in more than 42 years. That's incredible. 7 straight green months would put silver in record-breaking territory. Momentum like this hasn't been seen since the early 1980s, showing just how strong this current rally really is. Finally, Wall Street Gold added, "China silver $51+. China just yanked 13,740 kilograms out of SHFE vaults as silver ripped above $51 per ounce. Rising price and falling inventory are real demand and tight supply. The squeeze is on." That's a big data point. China pulling over 13,000 kilograms of silver out of exchange vaults while prices are climbing means demand isn't just speculative, it's physical. Lower inventory and rising prices are classic signs of real market pressure, a squeeze that could tighten further if industrial or investment demand keeps rising.
Before we continue, here's a short clip from Andy Schechtman, CEO of Miles Franklin, sharing his perspective on the current silver market. All rights to this clip belong to the original creator, and it's being used here for educational and commentary purposes only.
Silver is being pulled from every direction. That's just the bottom line, and not enough talk about it anywhere except on the alternative media channels, so it doesn't gain any traction. But where you will start to see some traction, in my mind, is the fact that the U.S. government just designated it as a critical mineral. And to me, this changes the narrative. Silver is no longer just a commodity. It's a matter of national security, national strategy. And when you talk about the kind of potential that silver has, remember that in terms of market cap, it's the tiniest little nothing market. And when capital begins to flow in, like the United States government and the sovereign wealth funds, it doesn't move gradually, it will erupt at some point. I do believe that. But the bottom line, Jesse, is you got tight supply, you got surging demand at the highest levels, coupled with systemic risk and the LBMA and what could happen if we see a delivery failure, coupled with official recognition. I would say silver isn't just poised to move, it's ready to explode. And yeah, it has been catching its breath, and anything that moved that fast, 40% in a couple of months, is overbought. That's the definition of overbought. And it needed to correct. It did. And here we are back above 50 again. So yeah, I say buckle up for what's coming next.
According to Andy Schechtman, a well-known precious metals analyst and CEO of Miles Franklin, silver is currently being pulled from every direction. He points out that while mainstream coverage remains limited, alternative media channels have been closely following what could be a major turning point for silver. One of the most important developments Schechtman highlights is that the U.S. government has now officially designated silver as a critical mineral. In his view, this move completely changes the narrative. Silver is no longer just a commodity, but now part of national strategy and national security planning. This designation could reshape how investors, institutions, and governments approach the metal. A critical mineral classification often signals that the resource is essential for the economy, energy transition, and defense applications, all areas where silver already plays a major role. Silver is vital in solar energy, electric vehicles, electronics, and medical technology. And as these industries expand, global demand for silver continues to rise. Schechtman explains that, compared to gold or other major markets, silver's market cap is still tiny. That means even a small amount of capital entering from governments or large funds could move the market quickly, not gradually. He also mentions several ongoing pressures: tight supply chains, surging demand at institutional levels, and systemic risks within the global metals market. These factors, when combined with official recognition from governments, could lead to what Schechtman describes as a potential eruption in silver's value over time. Recently, silver corrected after a strong rally, about 40% in just a few months. And now, with prices trading again above $50 per ounce, Schechtman believes the market may be gearing up for the next major phase. In his words, silver isn't just poised to move, it's ready to explode. Whether or not that explosion happens soon, one thing is certain: silver has re-entered the global spotlight. Its new critical mineral status, rising industrial demand, and renewed investor interest are combining to make it one of the most closely watched assets in the market right now.